Zhang Fei, seeing that Guan Yu had released the floodgates upstream, launched an attack from downstream, cutting through Cao Ren's disordered forces. He happened upon Su Chu, and after a few fierce exchanges, Su Chu dared not linger and fled in panic. Zhang Fei pursued and soon reunited with Liu Bei and Zhuge Liang. Together they followed the river upstream, joined Lu Feng and Mi Feng who had already prepared the boats, and crossed to the other side. Zhuge Liang, fearing pursuit, ordered all the rafts and boats burned to cut off any retreat. Cao Ren gathered his scattered troops and encamped at Xinya, sending Cao Hong to report their defeat to Cao Cao. Enraged, Cao Cao dispatched troops in waves toward Xinya, ordering the mountains searched and the Bai River filled up, while dividing his army into 8 routes to advance upon Fancheng. Lu Yi remonstrated. Liu Bei has brought the people of Xinya into Fancheng. A siege will only harm civilians. Better to offer surrender first. If they yield, Jing province will fall without a battle, and your benevolence will win hearts. Cao Cao agreed and sent Su Shu to persuade surrender. Su Shu entered Fancheng and met Liu Bei and Zhuge Liang. He revealed that Cao Cao's kindness was a facade to win the hearts of the people, and warned that with 8 divisions closing in and the river being dammed, Fancheng could not be held for long. Liu Bei sought to keep him, but Su Shu declined. If I fail to return, the world will mock me. He also declared, now that my mother is dead, I will never offer Cao Cao another stratagem. Encouraging Liu Bei that with the sleeping dragon by his side, he would have no worries for the future, Su Shu departed. Part 2. The people follow. Xiangyang shuts its gates. Wei Yan revolts. Su Shu returned to report that Liu Bei refused to surrender, and Cao Cao immediately advanced. Liu Bei asked Zhuge Liang for advice. Zhuge Liang urged him to abandon Fancheng and rest at Xiangyang, but Liu Bei could not bear to leave the civilians behind. Zhuge Liang then proclaimed to the city, those who wish to follow cross the river with us. Those who do not may stay. All the people of the 2 counties cried out together, we would rather die than leave our lord. The air was filled with weeping as tens of thousands, old and young, men and women, crossed the river in a vast procession. Liu Bei was moved to tears, blaming himself for their suffering, even attempting to throw himself into the river, but was restrained by his followers. After reaching the southern bank, he saw many still stranded on the far side. In panic, Liu Bei ordered Guan Yu to ferry them over quickly. When they reached Xiangyang's eastern gate, they found banners flying, obstacles erected, and the gates tightly closed. Liu Bei called out beneath the walls, pleading that he only sought to save the people, with no other intent, and begged to enter. Lu Tsong, terrified, refused to appear, while Kai Mao and Zhang Yun climbed the tower and ordered volleys of arrows to rain down. Outside, the refugees wept toward the walls. Then a general inside shouted in anger at Kai and Zhang for betraying the state, slew the gate guards, lowered the drawbridge, and called for Liu Bei to enter. This man, tall and fierce-faced, was Wei Yan of Yang. Zhang Fei wished to seize the chance to storm in, but Liu Bei stopped him. Do not frighten the people. Soon after, another general, Wen Pin, led troops out of the city and engaged Wei Yan in fierce combat at the gate. Seeing the chaos, Liu Bei sighed. I came to protect the people, yet now I harm them. I will not enter Xiangyang. Zhuge Liang advised taking Jiangling instead as a base. Liu Bei then turned toward Jiangling, while citizens from within Xiangyang also fled the city to follow him. Wei Yan fought bravely until his troops were exhausted, then escaped south to seek refuge with Han Xian, the governor of Changsha. Part 3. Cao Cao pacifies Jingzhou, seizes its fleet, and plans pursuit. Cao Cao summoned Lu Tsong, who dared not appear, and sent Kai Mao and Zhang Yun in his place. They reported in detail the troops, grain, and ships of Jingzhou, explaining that they had long commanded the naval forces. Cao temporarily appointed Cai Mao as Grand Admiral of the fleet and Zhang Yun as his deputy. Sun Yu warned that these two were flatterers and untrustworthy, but Cao replied, "Our northern troops are not skilled at naval warfare. Let them serve for now. We will decide later." Cai Mao and Zhang Yun returned to tell Lu Tsong that he would forever rule Jing and Xiang, which delighted him. Soon, however, Cao changed his command. He appointed Lu Tsong as inspector of Qing province and ordered him to depart immediately, saying, "The capital is near. There you will be safe from harm." Lu Tsong declined 3 times in vain. He and his mother, Lady Cai, set out north, escorted only by Wang Wei. Cao secretly sent Eugene to kill them en route, ensuring no loose ends. Wang Wei fought to the death, and both Lu Tsong and Lady Cai were slain. Cao then sent agents to seize Zhuge Liang's family, but they were nowhere to be found, for Zhuge Liang had already hidden them deep within the 3 rivers. Cao resented this bitterly. Sun Yu advised, "Jiangling is the key to Jing and Xiang, rich in supplies. If Liu Bei holds it, he will be difficult to uproot." Cao immediately mobilized his forces, praising Wen Pin for his loyalty and appointing him as governor of Jiangxia and lord within the pass, ordering him to lead the vanguard. Scouts reported, "Liu Bei advances only 10 li per day, leading tens of thousands of civilians and thousands of carts." Cao selected 5,000 elite horsemen and ordered them to pursue through the night and overtake Liu Bei within a day and night, with the rest of the army to follow. Part 4. Chaos at Dangyang, the rout at Changban. Liu Bei led barely 3,000 soldiers to protect over 100,000 civilians. Guan Yu had already gone to Jiangxia to seek aid. Zhang Fei guarded the rear, and Zhao Yun protected the families. Worried that reinforcements had not yet arrived, Liu Bei asked Zhuge Liang to go in person to Lu Qi at Jiangxia. Zhuge Liang and Lu Feng departed first. At dusk near Dangyang, a fierce wind rose and cries filled the fields. Jian Yong, after divination, warned that disaster would strike that night and urged Liu Bei to save himself first. But Liu Bei could not abandon the people and camped near Jing Mountain. At the 4th watch, sudden cries came from the northwest. The enemy had arrived. Liu Bei, with only 2,000 troops, fought desperately. At the brink of collapse, Zhang Fei charged in, cutting a bloody path to escort his lord eastward. Wen Pin blocked the way, but Liu Bei rebuked him loudly. "Traitor who betrayed your master!" Ashamed, Wen Pin withdrew. At dawn, Liu Bei counted barely 100 horsemen left. The civilians and followers, Mi Zhu, Mi Feng, Jianyong, Zhao Yun, were all scattered. Liu Bei wept bitterly, blaming himself. Mi Feng, wounded, caught up and cried, "Zhao Zilong has defected to Cao." Zhang Fei, enraged, swore to find and kill him, but Liu Bei stopped him. "Zilong has stood by us through peril, steadfast as iron. He would never betray for wealth. Something else must have happened." Zhang Fei, unconvinced, took 20 horsemen toward Changban Bridge. He ordered branches tied to horses' tails to raise clouds of dust, creating the illusion of many troops, while he himself stood on the bridge, spear in hand, glaring westward. Part 5. Zhao Yun's daring rescue and the blue glimmer sword. Zhao Yun had been fighting since before dawn, unable to find Liu Bei or the family. He thought, "My lord entrusted Lady Gone, Lady Me, and the young master adieu to me. I must find them even if it costs my life." He rescued the wounded Jian Yong, sent him to safety, and swore to search heaven and earth if needed. Hearing that Lady Gone had fled south among the refugees, he pursued, encountering Chao Ren's officer Chunyu Dao holding Mi Zhu captive to claim credit. Zhao Yun slew him with a single thrust, rescued Mi Zhu, and escorted Lady Gan through the enemy lines, reuniting briefly with Zhang Fei at Changban Slope. Zhang Fei accused him of betrayal, but Zhao Yun explained his delay and asked Mi Zhu to protect Lady Gan while he rode back to search for the others. Soon he met an officer approaching with a spear and sword. Without a word, Zhao Yun charged and slew him. It was Xiaohuan. From his body Zhao Yun took a sword engraved with the words Qinggang, blue glimmer. Armed with this weapon, he plunged once more into the enemy ranks. He cut his way through countless foes, asking every refugee he saw for Lady Mi's whereabouts. Finally, someone told him she sat injured by a broken wall beside a dry well, holding the infant Lu Shan. Zhao Yun knelt and begged her to mount his horse so he could protect her. Knowing her wounds were fatal, Lady Mi refused to burden him, pleading that he save the child instead. Before Zhao Yun could stop her, she threw herself into the well. Fearing her body might be defiled, Zhao Yun toppled a wall to seal the well, removed his armor, cradled the baby inside his chest, and mounted his horse. Breaking through the enemy lines again, he slew Yan Ming of Chao Hong's division and fought Zhang He for 10 bouts before breaking away. When his horse stumbled into a pit, a red light flashed. His steed leaped out miraculously, startling Zhang He into halting the chase. Further ahead, Zhao Yun was surrounded by 4 generals, Ma Yan, Zhang Yi, Jiao Chu, and Zhang Nan. He drew the blue glimmer sword and slashed in all directions, his armor soaked in blood, cutting his way out once more. Part 6. 7 charges, the fortune of Adu, and escape through blood. From atop Jing Mountain, Cao Cao watched and saw a lone warrior fighting as if no army could stop him. "Who is that?" he asked. Cao Hong rode down and shouted, "Who are you?" The warrior answered loudly, "Xiao Zilong of Changshan." Cao Cao exclaimed, "A true tiger general," and ordered, "When Zhao Yun arrives, no one is to shoot. Take him alive if possible." Thus spared from volleys of arrows, Zhao Yun repeatedly escaped death, earning the saying Adu's fortune. In this single battle, with the young heir in his arms, Zhao Yun broke enemy banners, seized 3 spears, and slew over 50 of Cao Cao's renowned officers. His armor was drenched in blood as he cut through the final encirclement. Just as he was about to escape, he encountered the brothers Zhong Jin and Zhong Shen, officers under Xiahou Dun, who blocked his path, shouting for him to surrender. At this point, he had escaped the tiger's jaws only to meet the dragon's lair. The tale of his next escape continues beyond this chapter. Summary. This chapter centers on the Battle of Changban. Out of compassion for the people, Liu Bei advanced slowly, allowing Cao Cao's iron cavalry to overtake him after a night attack at Jing Mountain. Wei Yan's bold act in Xiangyang, killing traitors and opening the gate, failed to aid him, leading Liu Bei to retreat toward Jiangling. Meanwhile, Cao Cao pacified Jingzhou with kind words, seized its navy, and eliminated Lu Tsong to secure control. The most stirring episode is Zhao Yun's single-handed rescue, saving Mi Zhu, protecting Lady Gan, slaying Xiaohuan to seize the blue glimmer sword, finding the wounded Lady Mi who sacrificed herself for the infant Lu Shan, and breaking through 7 encirclements while holding the child. The contrast is profound. Liu Bei's benevolent reluctance to abandon the people brings disaster upon himself, while Zhao Yun's fearless loyalty preserves the dynasty's heir. This chapter marks both the mass exodus before Red Cliff and the heroic pursuit that follows, laying the groundwork for the coming naval war, and immortalizing Zhao Zilong's name for all time. Knowledge points. 1. Liu Bei's great migration and compassion for the people. Historical records indeed mention Liu Bei's retreat at Changban, and that civilians followed him during the flight. However, the vast scale and dramatic scenes described in Romance of the Three Kingdoms, such as the weeping crowds on both riverbanks and the refusal to enter Xiangyang, are largely literary embellishments. The famous idea that those who achieve great things must take the people as their foundation is a distilled moral message, not a direct historical quote. 2. Zhao Yun's 7 charges and 7 exits, and the rescue of Adu. The legendary account of Zhao Yun charging in and out 7 times, slaying over 50 generals while holding baby Liu Shan, is an artistic exaggeration. Historically, Zhao Yun did play a key role in protecting Liu Bei's family and performed heroically at Changban, but the miraculous combat scenes and exact number of foes slain come from the novel's dramatization. 3. Lady Mi's martyrdom by leaping into a well. There is no confirmed historical record of Lady Mi's self-sacrifice. The episode of her throwing herself into a well to preserve her honor and ensure the young lord's safety is widely believed to be a later addition by Luo Guanzhong to heighten the tragedy and emotional depth of the story.